So the question is, right, okay, so let's say Nancy, Fancy Nancy, releases the articles of impeachment by the end of this week, right? Next week, or even this week, Mitch Turkey Neck McConnell gets busy with the whole process of calling, a vote to dismiss the whole process, or calling for a vote as to whether or not they're going to have witnesses or not. Now, we understand that Susan Collins of Maine is stating that she's meeting with a small group of Republican senators discovering whether or not the trial should have witnesses. We know Justice John Roberts will preside over the event. And should they have witnesses? And Susan Collins is trying to determine. You can say a lot of things. There's been a lot of crazy things happening. There's been a lot of water under the bridge. People have allowed Trump to do a lot of various things that they've just said, well, all right, okay. And each day he does something else worse. They said, well, all right, okay. But I want to talk to you, Tribulation Trump. I want you to listen to me, boy. I want you to listen to me. Hey, Trump, hey, listen to me, boy. I want to say something to you. Well, forget about you, Trump. Let me talk to Mitch McConnell. Let me talk to y'all. Talk to that boy, that Mr. Turkey Neck himself. Let me say, hey, Mitch, come over here. I want to talk to you, boy. Come over here. I want to talk to you. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you now. You fool around here and dismiss this trial without having witnesses, that's it. That's it. If you do that, first of all, your job is gone. And your wife, Sister Chow, Mrs. Chinese Chow, she leaving you, boy. No, because ain't nobody want to be nowhere around you in America for doing that, all right? So you better get some witnesses. That's the thing. It will be just taking it too far to not do witnesses. And just dismiss it without hearing any testimony or seeing any document, just dismiss it. You're not going to get away with that. You're just not going to get away with that. But I can tell you this, I can say this, both of you, the Turkey Neck McConnell and Tribulation Trump, I can tell you, that is 6 in one hand and half a dozen in the other. Because if you hear witnesses, they're going to remove that boy. Trump, we won't have a president by February. Mike, the spy Pence, will be president by the 18th of February or a little bit later. If you have witnesses and people can tell what goes on with Trump and these meetings that he's been holding and all the stuff he's been doing and all the stuff he's been hiding, and they got to, on the oath, they got to stand there before the Senate, before Chief Justice Roberts and tell the truth, Trump will be impeached. They're gonna move him. No, we won't have, come March, all hell gonna break. In fact, people are gonna be hiding, asking for, can I get a room in hell? People are gonna be asking for rooms in hell to get away from the hell going on in America. Because Trump, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, but listen to me. I'm telling you, if they have witnesses, there ain't no way after people, the American public, listen to what, because Trump is crazy. Listen, I can understand. I can clearly understand the pain of the Japheth man who realizes that his demographics, his sovereignty, his white supremacy, and I don't mean that in a mean-spirited way, and that's not for every Japheth man, but those who have been hanging on to a certain classism of racism ideology, and I'm not talking about hanging black people from a tree or castrating a black man and taking home his genitals as trophies. I'm not talking about that man, but I'm talking about, the fact that white folk have just been in charge for a long time. That day is gone. It is just gone. And it is so far gone that the Southern Baptists and evangelicals don't even believe that Jesus can give it to them. Now, they've given up on Jesus. They've given up on Scripture. They know, and so I can understand what that's like. That's pain. I understand that. I can understand. I can understand that. And so Trump looked like he was crazy enough to try to help him regain it. It was impossible to him to do. The only thing he could do was just muddy the waters. But if you have a Senate hearing and no witnesses, that the hell that's going to break loose in America is going to be unprecedented. But also, if they have witnesses and the actual date comes down where 90 senators, which I'm predicting, 90 senators will vote to remove Trump, because when they hear how ugly and how dirty that boy is, I mean, the man is sick. Just come on, let's talk. I mean, the Trump is one sick SOB. The man is sick. He's sick. And he can't help himself. And don't compare him to Richard Nixon. Listen, Richard Nixon was a saint compared to this boy. This boy is crazy. He's crazy. You need to bring back Richard Pryor to talk about Trump. I wonder, what I think what would be the highlight of the century of the 20th is to bring Richard Pryor back and have him talk about Trump. I swear, that boy Trump is crazy. Trump crazy. So if you have a hearing and you have witnesses, Trump's gone. They're gonna move him. There ain't no way the senators can stand before their constituents in the various states of which they are senators of and say what Trump did was all right. And not only that, but once you open up them doors and let them people like Pompeo and Pence and Mulvaney and a bunch of other folks start telling the truth under oath, besides, once that happened, Trump will start firing people like the Saturday Night Massacre with Richard Nixon. But Nixon is a saint, or was, compared to Trump. But I think, and at that point, I'll be absolutely true. I'll be up front with you because I figure you and I can talk. We're friends. I'm looking at a lot of things. I know we're planning on going to Egypt and all that kind of stuff. And we do plan to go. But I'm looking at survival, how to keep this church going, how to feed the children, how to keep the payroll going for the people past end of February. Because if Trump is not, if Mr. McConnell says, we ain't having no witness, no documents, get out of here and dismiss the whole thing, it's all over with, hell gonna break loose. All hell gonna break. I mean, hell and hell's grandson gonna break loose. And America ain't gonna be stable. There ain't gonna be nothing stable. We are 1 month away from the worst wars, rumors of wars that you've ever seen. Even Jesus would be amazed at what you're gonna see happening past February. No matter what, if they don't impeach, if they don't remove him, and if they remove him, the same thing. So it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. So I'm preparing, I'm praying every day to try to keep this church alive in the midst of all the stuff that's gonna go on. That's why I got people, I'm telling people, by the way, you need to come and get in here. Yeah, I'm telling you, because once hell break loose and you're out there begging for bread, and you didn't come when I asked you to come, the door gonna be closed. But I can tell you this, it ain't gonna be pretty. It just isn't, and there is no getting around this. America is due for the prophecy of wars and rumors of wars, pestilence, famines. America is due for the prophecy. It's long overdue. And I am getting our church ready. I'm praying and praying. We got some leaders that are a bit sick. They're getting better. God's going to heal them. But I told the Lord this morning, I said, these people need to get it because I need every member as healthy as they can possibly be, because once that Senate hearing is had, the only thing that can stop this from all hell breaking loose is Trump to resign. And I don't think he'll do that, but he may spiritually resign through the process of, suicide, something like that. So, if he resigns, then we can have peace in the valley. But I don't know that he's gonna do that. I think there ain't no winning. There are no winners in this process. America, you have the Civil War. I mean, you would want to have iced tea and crumpets during the Civil War, during the Battle of Gettysburg. That's how worse things are going. They're going to be far worse than they were during those days. with this boy Trump. This boy is something. And these Southern Baptist evangelicals, these Japheth people, who, and I'm Hamite people, not a monolithic people, but I only speak for ATLAH people. But these Japheth people are afraid that and they've always been afraid of Hamite people being in control. They've always been afraid of that. They've done everything they possibly can to keep Hamite people out of control of the government and control of the economy. And that's why they come up in Harlem, because they heard me. Because they knew what I was saying was a message of power. And so they're now trying to and they bought off the churches, bought off these crazy, silly preachers, gave them $25 million preachers. Now he's Negro rich, But I can understand the fear of the Japheth man who thinks that somehow or another that the Hamite brother gonna make him answer to everything that's been done since he's been in America since the days of a slave. I don't think that's gonna happen, quite frankly. I don't think the Hamite brother got that in his mind. Some of them might have that, but I don't think so. I don't think he got that in his mind, but that's what he's afraid of. And not just that. When you look at these Southern Baptist preachers, Robert Jefferson, Franklin Graham, and all them people running around there talking about Jesus sent this boy, they know that's a lie. They know that's a lie. But they realize now that even Jesus can't save them from the black man. They know it. I mean, listen, Jeff Falwell Jr., he knows that even Jesus can't save him from the black man. And this is not every Japheth, man feels that way, because we got a lot of folk who realize that Jesus can. That's why they're members of the ATLAH Church. And they're right. But the other thing about these boys, these Southern Baptists, these evangelicals, these other boys, they have done so much wrong, and they know, we don't even know half the wrong that they've done. We don't even know half the wrong that they've done. They Hamite people, right? Spit in their food, taxed them when they didn't have to be taxed, all kind of stuff they didn't have to do. Gave them 20 years of a jail sentence when they only deserved 6 months. Right? And the Hamite brother did the 20 years anyway, it came out like Dolomite. I don't know where that came from. But listen, these boys know that stuff they've done. And the Hamite brother don't even know half of the stuff that's been done to him. And they think he knows it, so he's gonna want revenge. I don't think so. This is a bit of a news blog we do, looking at spiritual wickedness in high places for the most part, making some observations about it and giving people a biblical foundation to the way of interpreting, rather than have Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon, Rush Limbaugh interpret what's going on in the world. You come to me and I'll tell you based on what the Word of God says. They'll just give you their worldly, sinful view. But the Manning Report will tell you what God has said, whether to say yea or nay, whether to go or to stay. You'll be led by the word of Almighty God. Come to the Manning Report on a daily basis to interpret the spiritual wickedness in high places, because there's plenty of it that's going on. And so I'm the Lord's servant, James David Righteous Rebel Manning, and I'm here to serve you with news and information.